Professor Walton, could you please tell me what a research worksheet is? Can you explain it to me? Sure can. So here's some notes I'm going to give you about creating a research worksheet and how you can create one on your own. You will need to know how to do this. Okay, so first, what is a research worksheet? It's a graph that offers visual, concrete way to gather research and extract information. Okay, do I need to create a research worksheet? The answer is yes. It lays the groundwork for what we'll be doing for homework, which you guys were doing for homework last time, and the essay that'll be due on this day. Failing to create one and submit a research worksheet will, when it is due, will result in you falling behind, as we see that as an issue. Okay? All right, so now we're going to move on to the next part. How do I create one? Can you show me an example of a research worksheet? I will tell you right now that the example I'm going to show you is missing a column, but we'll talk about that later, okay? So if we click on this guy, this is going to take us to a research worksheet that, actually, no, I guess it takes us to an assignment. But this is the example that I gave in in-class activity. Okay, so first here, I want to kind of show you what a research worksheet is. First thing we see at the top, we see all these columns, okay? The first thing is the type of source. So is it a book? Is it an article? Is it a video? Is it a sound bite? What is it? And in this column, you're going to give the works cited entry. Now, you guys created your works cited list in Noodle Tools, I think, last week. So you can definitely go back to that guy and get your works cited entries from there. One thing I will say about this column, when you put your works cited entry in here, it's not going to have a hanging indentation. And that's because you have a smaller space to work with. Okay, so it'll probably look like kind of clumped up like this does. Okay, so anyway, moving right along. Claims and support. Here you're going to offer at least one point that your source made. Okay, this is the same source. Okay, next, reliability of your source. Is it a high reliability or a low reliability? It's a high reliability if you got it from a research library, from a university, Google Scholar, newspaper source, or .gov or edu website. Understand, Google Scholar is different from a regular Google search. You have to type in the words Google Scholar and then search that database. Okay, please understand that the thing about Google Scholar articles is that most of the time you don't get the whole article. Like, you have to pay for the article. Whereas if you just use your ICC membership for the library, you typically get the whole article that you're looking for. This one you sometimes have to pay for it, so never pay for research. Moving right along. This last column that I have on this example is one sentence, one line quote from your source. Now understand, a quote is not you quoting someone else in your article. No, it's you going into your article, pulling out a sentence that either supports or opposes what you're saying in your for your main claim, and that's what you're going to put in. It does not have to be a quote from somebody else. It's just something that you're pulling from a source, okay? So that's how that guy looks. Now I'm going to keep scrolling down and show you how it looks when you fill it in. Okay, so here, I wrote here an opposing source, okay? But if we keep scrolling down, okay, so this is how it looks when it's filled out. So this one I have, it's a scholarly journal. Actually, not that. I don't have that one there. Okay, so anyway, this one, another scholarly journal. This is the works cited entry for this source, okay? And then this source argues this. The next thing is it's highly reliable because it's a scholarly journal, okay? And then next, this is the quote that I'm using from this source. So this whole line is the same source. The type of source, the works cited entry, a synopsis, how reliable it is, and a quote, all from the same source. Okay, this whole line is about the same source. All right, so that's how it looks when it's filled out. And I will give you a more filled out example when I send this to you, so you won't have to think about it. Okay, now that we've looked at that, I want to show you a worksheet that I created for you that you can write on. Now, this is in Google Docs, so you'll be able to just go in. Of course, you're going to file, make a copy, and then save it as something else so that you can write on it. And of course, remember, you have to be signed into Google for this to work. If you're not signed into Google, you won't be able to write on it. So anyway, as we see here, I have a research worksheet. And like I mentioned, there's an extra column after the key quote. So this is after we pull the sentence from the source or the quote from the source. After that, what I want you guys to do is to put your issue. What issue does this align with? Okay, so here I have what I want you guys to write about. Now here I've filled in the type of source for you. This is a supporting source. So everywhere you see supporting source, you're going to insert a supporting source. Okay, and then of course you will go across each column. So here would be your works cited entry. Let me scroll up. Works cited entry would be right here. The next column would be at least one fact about the source. What is it talking about? Next would be, is it a high or low reliability? Next would be your quote. And then finally would be, what issue does this adhere to? Is it your first, second, or third issue? And I want you to do more than just number the issue. I want you to give me the specific issue here. Okay? So that's how we fill out a research worksheet. I'm going to send you both my sample and this document so that you can write on it. Okay? So when you send this back to me, just share the link so I can look at it. Okay? All right, so there's that.